Hello my people, I hope you're good. So it's been long. I think I last uploaded a video on Saturday, and today is Tuesday. I was busy a lot yesterday, so I did not manage to put up another video. And also gold has been misbehaving, so but it did what we actually predicted it, though it did not buy from the area we're expecting it to buy from. But gold is still a buy, and it is going to buy for at least 2 days consecutive. So if you have not yet entered gold, it is still a buy. Okay, so we have a USD JPY on the screen. And you remember on our previous video, we predicted GBPUSD was going to move around 400 pips from down here up to this shoulder here, which also happens to be the a supply level that dropped gold up to this level. So we are expecting that gold is going to reach our target, which is the supply zone here. When it reaches there, this candle here, when it reaches there, and since it is the weekly time frame, we are going to wait for a rejection on the supply zone, and then we shall be selling gold up to down here. That is what we are hoping. If you'd want to see it clearly, go to the line chart and then put a line on that angle there, or the A resistance there. So we are expecting gold to come and tap this resistance, which is also coincides with the supply area or supply zone. After tapping this resistance, we don't expect gold to close above here. We shall be looking for sales, but how? We shall wait for a storyline to be made. How gold will come, tap here. Okay, it's not that it will come, but that is what we expect it to do. It will come, tap on this A support or resistance. When it starts rejecting, that's now when we shall drive to the daily to look for a bearish storyline, and then sell gold out to sell USD JPY up to here. So before I proceed with the video, as usual, guys, first subscribe to the channel. I'll give you 5 seconds to subscribe to the channel, and then we'll proceed with our Alchemist daily breakdown on USD JPY. So guys, subscribe to the channel first, then we proceed. Okay, I hope you have subscribed to the channel. Also, at the end of the video, don't forget, if you find it interesting and you've learned something out of it, don't forget to like the video. You can also comment for anything that you would want me to make a video about or update you about. And also, I've heard some comments, people asking different questions, but I'm glad to say that I've been able to answer all of them. And I even got a positive comment from someone, I think she's a lady, who said that thanks for replying timely. Yeah, so that's so encouraging and motivating. So you can always leave there your comments. I'll be able to reply all of them. Okay, let's go to the video. So now we have USD JPY. It moved from here. You can watch our previous videos. This is a move that we greatly predicted. It moved from here up to here. However, I had predicted to move up to the support level here, which is also a shoulder. This is a shoulder, up to the support level here. It reached here. I think it found some obstacles, but we are hoping that it is going to come up to here. We would have used this weekly support for a bearish storyline for rejection, but we can't use it because it was used by this week here. This week here, the red wick here rejected on it, so which means it is not fresh. That means we have to wait for a candle closure above it. Probably this candle, if it closes above, it will make it again fresh. But for this one, we can't. So what we do this week, in order for us to look for a bearish storyline on the daily for the sales, what we do, we have to wait for this candle to come and tap this support area here, and then it starts rejecting. Or if we don't get that, it is okay. We want to wait for this candle to close at least above this support zone here, making this area fresh again, because this week made it unfresh. So if it closes above here, to become fresh again. So we shall wait for the next week's candle to reject this area, and then we take it down. So how do we take advantage of this? After it has rejected here, we shall go to the daily. You can see already the daily has made a bearish candle. However, I don't expect this candle to close as bearish. Even if it closes as bearish, it will be the same story as here, to close as bearish, and then we are going to still go back and come to this area here. This is where I expect that candle to come, and then we start dropping down, and then we bring it down up to here. So we shall wait for some. Today is Tuesday, so we still have tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So we shall wait for this candle to end. We see if we can print some candles up around here, and then we shall start looking for our sales on the USD JPY. However, it has been a very wonderful run. If I come to the 4-hour and show you where we entered from, this was a case of a head and shoulder. This was a shoulder, a head, another shoulder, shoulder. So we entered from here, and now we took just the JPY up to here. That was 360 pips, and then out of a blue started retracing. I tried to look to the right. I could not see any supply zone on the right, so I was wondering why it was retracing back. Up I had nothing to do. I had to take out some profits and wait for it to come to the shoulder, and then buy it again up to here, which is 500 pips. So the entry was simple. Some people say the entry I told you is supply and demand. It is very easy. This is a low, this is a low, this is a lower low, and this is a high. So when it comes and breaks this high, and it made here a QM buy here, see, this is a supply zone. Where is my position size calculator? This is a supply zone here. See, decision candle. Let me mark it well. Supply zone, rally, base, rally. Broke this high here. We have an indecision candle, an engulfing candle. So when it comes back, we set a buy limit, so we can just buy automatically and then shoot it to the upside. However, that was not the case. We even have support here, so it is also a confluence. Comes back, we buy and shoot it to the upside. So now price reached here, started retracing. For no reason, I couldn't find any reason why price was retracing. I waited, pulled when it created this candle here. I said, pulled out my profits, came back here, and then we shot it to the upside where it is right now. So I'm still thinking that we are going to come up to the supply zone here. I still have that feeling. We are going to come up to the supply zone here, and then yes, it is the only supply zone we have on the 4-hour. This one here. So, and then when we reach there, we shall be dropping down. That is what I think. Let me check on the 1 hour and see. It is the only one we have. Even on the 1 hour, it is the only one available. So just mark it. So guys, you use the Alchemist with confluences from all those other proven things to work. Just use the Alchemist, and the other things use them as confluences. It is going to be easy for you to identify sniper entries and also get high good risk to reward. Let me see on the weekly. Hey, it is far on the weekly. Yeah, try to pull it down there. Okay, so we shall wait for the weekly to reject, and then we shall be selling USDJPY. So that is a recap for USDJPY. I think we had other pairs like GBPJPY. GBPJPY, guys, you remember what we had on GBPJPY? We had it was a weekly support for the head and shoulder. GBPJPY, where is it? Where are you? This was a weekly support for the head and shoulder. And guys, I'm so happy that most of this analysis we're doing is working out so well. So we had a shoulder here, we had a shoulder here, and then we had another shoulder. So this price level here, it was, this candle was at around here, and it was on this shoulder here. And I told you, if you could check that video, I told you GBPUSD is going to shoot up, and the target is going to be here, around here. And how did I come to know that? To just press action on the weekly time frame. And now when I come to the daily, we still had the same thing. Shoulder, head. I told you this whole thing is a head, and now this was another shoulder. So price was around here, coming down. It was around there, coming down. So it was simple. We just had to identify our supply zone and then mark them well and wait for buys to take it to the upside. Wow, look at that for our candle. Look at that for our candle. It's going to break. It is going to break up there. It is going to break up there, you know, for our candle. GBPJPY. It's going to break up there. I think GBPY is still going up. So where was our entries? They were here. No, it was not there. Where was it? Well, let me check on daily. It was this is the daily. Where were our entries? Because it was a case of rally, drop, rally, reduce. Let me check. This is it. Yes, this is it. These were our entries. Where is okay? Good. Yes, these were our entries. So we had oh my god. Okay, so we had a rally, we had a base, and then a rally. That is for people who are supply and demand people. And with that, the thing was, we had to wait for price to come here and get sniper entries. And this strategy is good for entries, guys. This strategy is so good for entries. If you use this strategy for entries, you're going to be getting sniper entries, precise models, and then you shoot price to wherever you want to take it to. So this was a stop loss of 91 pips. However, if you look at it, it only retraced to 41 pips and then it went up. So if you want to refine it, you just go to the 1 hour. So price came, tapped in the area and then shot up, and it has moved so far. How many pips? It moved 300 pips to the upside. 300 pips to the upside. So I use supply and demand for most of my entries. However, if I do not see an entry to supply and demand, it's very simple: head and shoulder on the daily or hourly, head and shoulder on the hour or 4-hour time frame. Also double bottom, double top. So those are the three models I use to enter. If I don't see anything like that, I do not enter, because then my entries would not be any valid. So if I don't see anything like that, I do not enter. That is basically what I do for my entries. Okay, so now that we are done with that, I don't know whether we had any other recap. Apart from that, do we have any other recap? I don't know if we had any other. Which other pair? There is this is USD card. We are waiting for an entry. It was GBPUSD. Yes, GBPUSD. So GBPUSD, as you can see, we are going to use it has dropped and broke this structure here, closed below. That means we are going down for life. So we are going to use the supply and demand strategy again to enter in GBPUSD, supply and demand. So what are we waiting? We are waiting for price to come and tap in the supply zone here, tap in the supply zone, and then we shall drop down. We shall give it time. It might be today or tomorrow or even Thursday. However, that is going to be the entry. Tap it and then we enter our massive lot size. Then we should price down. It is going to go down, guys. GBPUSD is going to go down. It has been going down. We entered from here, moved up to here. However, the UK Central Bank raised some unfortunate news, so they disorganized our plans. But still, GBPUSD, it is going to sell. GBPUSD is going to sell. It has cleared all the obstacles that were on the way, so it is heading down. GBPUSD is going to sell. We just wait for pullback around here, and then we're going to sell it. Okay, that is all for now. Anything I've left out? No. That was all the recap on the three pairs that we have been looking at. So that is all. You can subscribe to the channel, guys, and also like the video. That is all for today. Bye.